So in case you haven't heard, there's a lot of controversy going on right now about the upcoming Attack on Titan live action film. One of the major complaints that people are having is that apparently there's going to be a lot of filler characters, and it seems as though this is going to be more of a different story, an original story, which means that they're going to be breaking away. It's not going to be adapting the manga. It's probably going to go its own route to a certain degree. And I have the pictures of the actual actors that are going to be playing some of these characters, and some of them don't quite look like the actual characters themselves. So there's a lot of controversy going on right now. Let's tackle it. Let's talk about it. And let's look at some of these actors and whether or not they actually look like the characters. Now, for starters, we have the actor that plays Eren, Haruma Miura. And for the most part, I'm fine with it. I mean, at the end of the day, I think one of the things is that they should have maybe went outside of Japan for talent, because at the end of the day, wasn't Mikasa supposed to be like the only Asian character in the story? But I guess since they're probably going an original story, then it's fine, because, you know, aside from that, I'm fine with the actor. He looks cool. He kind of fits the role. Ultimately, I really don't have any complaints. He looks all right, and yeah. Now, the actress for Mikasa, Kiko Mizuhara, I ain't gonna lie, she is fucking smoking hot, drop dead sexy. I ain't gonna lie, the person that they got for Mikasa, she looking real good. I am 150% fine with the actress for Mikasa. I ain't gonna lie, she can attack me anytime, baby. But here's where the controversy begins. The actor that plays Armin, Kanata Hongo, doesn't have the signature blonde hair and doesn't look anything like Armin. Now, the director did go on record saying that they weren't more so concerned on getting people that look like the characters, but more so can act out the spirit. And he's also talking to Isayama about these things. So that's why a person like Armin doesn't necessarily look like his manga and anime counterpart. But nonetheless, I mean, would it be that hard to dye his hair or put on a blonde wig? Like, just saying. And for right now, judging from what he looks, he doesn't look like the character, so that is a bummer. But maybe he can try and act him out as best as possible, because Armin, he starts off a little bit, you know, like scared of things and whatnot, and then ultimately gradually develops. So maybe this guy can pull that off. But as far as looks go, they really could have just thrown on a blonde wig or dyed his hair. Now, another controversial part is Hanji is played by Satomi Ishihara. Now, that's not the controversial bit. She looks mostly like her. I'm fine with the actress as well. Pretty much suits her. But why the fuck does she have some sort of bazooka there? Like, what the hell? Like, it looks like a grenade launcher or something. I'm not sure exactly what the hell that is. It's like, how is this set in modern times in this story? Like, how the fuck does she have a weapon like that? Because we know in our story, it's kind of like, you know, they're in olden times. So what the fuck is going on? We have Nanami Sakuraba playing Sasha Blouse. Now, from the picture, she looks more epic than silly and goofy, and most of us love Sasha for her silly, goofy side, you know, wanting to eat potatoes and all sorts of shit. So I don't know necessarily if she can pull it off, like, you know, the funny bits that we like. In this picture, she looks like she's about to take a Titan's head off, and she has a bow and arrow, but maybe she can play the role. I'm not sure. I'm fine with her as well. I'm not too bothered by her. I just hope she can pull off the goofiness. Now, the guy playing John doesn't look too much like John, Takahiro Miura. I mean, from what I can see in the picture, he looks all right. Yeah, not much really to say about him. It's just like, okay, maybe he could pull it off. And here's where it really gets troublesome, because the rest of these characters are movie-only, basically filler characters, so to speak, or original characters for that matter, for this movie, which is starting to look like, again, it's going its own path, which is unfortunate because the source material is so good. Why not just stick to it? The only thing I could think of why they're not doing it is because we have the 2 anime adaptation films, and maybe they don't want to coincide with them and, like, you know, conflict with the money. So it's like, okay, we'll do the movies as recaps of the anime, but we're going to do this movie a whole different route, which at the end of the day, the source material is still good. And for people that don't want to check out the anime or they want a live action experience, they could have gone this route. So to go original route just kind of feels a little bit like, why? We have a character that seemingly is like the Levi of this, which is unfortunate that Levi seemingly ain't going to be in this movie. His name is Shikishima. That's the name of the actual character. And the actor is Hirohiko Hasegawa. He doesn't really look necessarily like, I don't know, like, in all honesty, he looks cool. I'll give him that, he looks cool, but this is where it just starts to get troublesome. Like, why the fuck you got original characters? I don't know. And also, from what I can tell with the plot, he does have a major role in the story, seemingly. So, original character is going to have a huge plot point. The next one I'm excited about, even though it's an original character filler, whatever you want to call it. It's a character called Hiyana by Ayame Misaki. Now, Ayame Misaki, you probably never heard of her, but she's a famous Japanese model, which, first of all, that's probably one of the reasons why she got the role. I mean, I've never seen her act in anything, but yeah, she's just really a really hot model that I've seen before. So I'm like, okay, they got a hot model. I don't know what she's doing in Attack on Titan, but sure, she looks hot. Then we have another character called Soda, played by Pierre Taki. I don't know, he's supposed to be some old dude, I guess. I'm not really sure where they're going with him. A character called Kubal. To me, it looks like a, I don't know if it's supposed to be Pixies or something along the lines of that. It's played by Jun Kunimura. He looks like he's dark and he has like these black clothing, like, I don't know if he's a villain or he's a higher corpse. Again, this is original, so I'm not sure. And then the rest of the characters, you could check in the link below, basically more original characters. But for the most part, from what I've seen in this film, to be honest with you, it could be something good. It could not be. Isayama is involved, as well as one of the people behind Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods is writing the script, Yusuke Watanabe. So it's in some decent hands. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, you got the original creator there working hand in hand. I'm not 100%, you know, gung-ho about Isayama these days because of what happened with Marvel, but at the very least, they got the original creator, and they have somebody that made Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. I personally love the film. I know some people weren't too fond of it or whatever, but, I mean, I don't know. I honestly think it would have just been better if they went strictly like did maybe the first, I would say, half of season 1 in a movie, and then the second movie, because there's going to be 2 movies. It's confirmed for at least 2 films of the story or whatnot. Like, they could have just done like the anime in 2 films or something like that. And I mean, I'm not personally that excited about the anime recaps that they're doing, because for the most part it seems as though they're literally just taking footage from the anime and smacking it together. So if anything, this live action would have been more interesting. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think about the actors that have been chosen for these roles? What do you think about it going an original route? Do you think any of these characters that are, you know, fillers or original characters are supposed to be characters that we know, but they just didn't want to butcher them, or they just wanted to do different things with them, and they didn't want people to complain about the characters being out of the characterization we've come to know and love? And your overall thoughts of this? I'm skeptical. I'm still going to go with an open mind and try and give it a chance, even though it's original, because it's always good to go with an open mind. Don't go in close saying, I know I'm going to hate it, I know I'm going to hate it, because you're going to hate it. And Ayame Misaki. Ooh, I mean, yo, you gotta put down the waifu sometimes for that real life food. 3D, just saying. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked anything I had to say, or enjoyed the video, or enjoyed that Ayame Misaki, drop me a like. I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you can do so as well, that'd be awesome. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.